Is that funny, huh?
Yeah, it was, bro.
I feel you. All right, you already know what to do, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of X Talking Ish with your boy X.
And your boy Ish.
You already know what to do. If you are on Facebook, please make sure you go ahead and like and share this broadcast. If you are on our Facebook page, go ahead and please go ahead like our page as well. If you are on YouTube, go ahead and hit our subscribe button on YouTube and also hit that notification bell for shows like this in the future.
Ding.
And if you are on Twitter, we are, of course, broadcasting on Periscope through Twitter at X. Talking ish. Alrighty then, if you do know, if you checked out the show yesterday, the reason why I am in this blanket is because I am still sick. That's the reason why Ish was laughing a little bit because he's probably looking at me like, why in the hell this man got this blanket on? But it's
Nah, I
because
feel you.
I am still a little under the weather. I'm trying to get this crap out of me, but I'm here again, Ish, like I tell everybody, for the people, and we are here to talk about Week 6 Monday Night Football halftime show between the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. Ish, let's go ahead and throw it to you. I have talked a little too much, and I need to get some rest. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about that first half and everything that you've seen.
No, it was a good competitive first half. To be honest, I'm not too surprised, and some people may feel surprised that I say that, but as much crap as I give the Tennessee Titans, as much as I come on here and I make fun of you and I talk about how y'all lost to the Jets and gave them their only win of the season, I still, and you know me, X, I'm still rocking with the Titans at the end of the day when it comes, especially when it comes playoff time and later in the year. Luckily for them, they play in the terrible division that is the AFC South, and if it weren't for the Colts playing the Texans this week, the Colts honestly wouldn't have been doing too hot, and the Jaguars. They just lucky that they played in London this week because they only can win in London for some reason, and then anywhere else they lose. So the Tennessee Titans are definitely lucky to be in a division where they don't have to play any real competition. They're pretty much guaranteed a playoff spot as long as they do what they're supposed to do. And I do think this is very much a playoff team. They're built to play in the playoffs. They're not necessarily built to have the best record in the regular season. They're built to play you one-off games in the playoffs and beat you with that wonderful run game that is led by the king himself, King Henry, in the backfield. That big run in the first half, what a wonderful run that was. I mean, they're keeping themselves in this game. Josh Allen is performing pretty much as we expect Josh Allen to perform. So nothing surprising from that first half. I mean, I thought it was a really good first half. I expected Buffalo to be leading the game as they are, and I expect them to win the game because ultimately I just think they're the better team at the time. But I still am rocking with Tennessee as we get later in the year, and I think Tennessee could potentially pull an upset later in the year in the playoffs, just not right now.
It's funny you say all that because before we came on this show, I was telling you, hey, man, for as bad as the Tennessee Titans played in that first half, to be only down by 3, you're in great position. And
Definitely.
to keep this high-powered scoring offense down to two field goals at first and not having to capitalize on touchdowns, that was very big. I'm gonna get to this comment right quick by Lee. He asked, Taylor Lewan's injury looked a little scary. How much does that affect the King? First things first, unfortunately for a guy like Taylor Lewan who has nothing but injuries throughout his career, it's just getting to a point where the fans in Nashville, as much as they love Taylor Lewan, it's getting old. They're starting to call him Mr. Glass. I know it sounds messed up, but it's just one of those things where I'm starting to look at this team as in this year is do or die. Because from what I see next year and the year after that, it's going to not be a rebuild, but there are going to be some guys that are going to be let go. And there are going to be some guys that get, moved into those positions because we say it all the time is your best ability is availability. And if you're not available to play games, what's the point of you, of course, being on the team? Just give a quick shout out to Derrick Henry with his that one run of
76 to
76 yards.
75, yeah.
That by itself it was a carry by itself. I'm sorry, has more yardage than in the games that he played previously against the Bills the last 3 years, and that itself just shows how dominant that Bills defense is when it comes to playing against Tennessee Titans. They know what to do. They know if he stopped the run, we have an opportunity to beat the Tennessee Titans. And they know that they got to do that first, and then everything else will fall into place. Right now, of course, they haven't stopped Derrick Henry. Most likely, he will get 100 yards at the moment. He does have 96 yards updated. He does have 96 yards on the night. But overall, even if he has 150 yards, will it be enough to win this game? That's the question.
I just don't think it is. I don't think it will be. I think Buffalo, that offense is too strong. There are some obvious weaknesses on the Tennessee defense. You already saw them picking on my man Jenkins in the secondary. I think if it comes down to a score for score kind of situation,
we're not going to win that.
Yeah, Buffalo's going to win that. Unfortunately for Tennessee, so. If they can, like they did at the beginning of the first half, if they can hold them to 3 points, a couple of drives, potentially they could be in it and, squeak one out at the end of the game. But I just think Buffalo's got it really. But I wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee wins. I would actually like to see Tennessee win so that it can validate my support for them going into the playoffs. But
let me read this comment right quick from Lee because I'm happy he brought this up because watching this game, I honestly, I'm gonna let y'all know from my own POV. Lee says, "Is Tannehill the quarterback? Y'all need to get over the hump to take advantage of his prime run game and AJ Brown while he's in his prime, or is it almost time to think of a different direction before it's too late?" Lee, that's the unfortunate between a rock and the middle place position that we are in as a franchise right now. If teams like the Chiefs, the Bills, the Chargers, the Packers, the Buccaneers, they have quarterbacks. I'm sorry, not the Packers. Aaron Rodgers most likely going to leave next season, but they have quarterbacks that
they got their franchise guys
exactly, and you can count on, and that
it's
if
really
you
hard
give
to
him the
find
ball.
them.
You're correct, Ish. And if you give them the ball, they can make something happen. Tannehill is good, but he's just not elite. And again, I keep it real with everybody on here. I'm not biased. I'm not about to sit here and tell people that Tannehill's better than Lamar Jackson because that's stupid as hell. Tannehill's a good quarterback. He got paid. He's won some playoff games. But overall, when it comes to being able to take advantage of the talents that he has around him, we're not doing that as a team. And from the way I feel is if we're not able to capitalize, we're going to look back on this run and be like, man, we played well, but we didn't play good enough continuously to win a championship. So
let me ask you this question really quickly before we wrap everything up. My question to you is, if not Tannehill, what do you do? Because that's the problem. I think the problem.
I 100% agree, man. It's hard to go into the draft right now. If you look at some of these quarterbacks, for me, I don't want to go and get a guy like Cam Newton. I'm not going to get a guy that's a backup somewhere or even a starting court. I'll say this: if we was all in to go and get Aaron Rodgers next season, I'll be completely down with that. Other than that, there's no quarterback out there right now that will be willing to come to Nashville. You will have to make some type of sign and trade deal or some type of incentive to where you trade Tannehill plus somebody else for whatever piece. But at the moment, we're not.
So let me ask you if Denver decides we're going to move on from Theodore because Theodore is not the guy, maybe they're able to get an Aaron Rodgers. Do you want Theodore to go to Tennessee? Do you think Theodore is an upgrade to Ryan Tannehill?
No, I love Theodore. No, but he's not.
What about Drew Lock? Drew Lock's still young.
No.
Denver thought he was the guy. No, you're not.
I'm not sold. No, I'm not sold. I think he's good for what Denver does, but when it comes to actually stop. That's where we end this show right now. That is where we end this show. If anybody that's tuning in, Tua Tagovailoa his name will not be repeated on this show until his ass stay in the game for at least a minimum of 4 quarters. Alrighty, then with that being said, no. But I will give a shout out. I know he's not checking out now, but I will definitely let him know. Give a shout out to my boy out in Nashville, my boy Barron. He put down a bet on the Tennessee Titans, a 17 parlay. If the Tennessee Titans win tonight, my boy's winning $7,400.
Wow.
Yes, even though we did pick the Bills, I'm not gonna lie. I want my boy to win some money.
How much did he put down on that?
It was a $50 parlay, 17 parlay. He hit all 6 so far. He's trying to get this Titans win. He's actually at the game right now. So I hope he gets his money.
Hey, I hope he
Titans get a win.
Yeah, definitely. Titans, go ahead and win this one for that.
Hey,
For him, I don't care about the pick.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not even mad about my pick. If my pick,
Yeah.
is wrong, I hope my boy is able to get his payday in.
Yes,
Cause we
sir,
for the
yes,
people, Ish. You feel we for the people. We want to make
Exactly.
sure everybody get taken care of. That's what it
Everybody
is.
has to.
That's what it is. Alrighty then. As always, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. We will go back to watching the second half of the game. If I were y'all, I would go ahead and tune into this game because the Astros game.
Oh, is it bad already? Again?
Is it bad?
Again? Wait,
Woo!
they did it again? No. Well,
Let's just say the Astros giving up more grand slams than Denny's.
Dang.
Yeah. Alrighty then. We will see y'all tomorrow, Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Central. Hey, that's what happens when you can't cheat no more, right? I'm just kidding, everybody. I love everybody in Houston. I'm just playing. Don't get all sensitive. Anyways, see everybody tomorrow, 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern, to wrap up Week 6 of the NFL. Thank you.